I was asleep when they released her kit, but Vortice is officially finally here. And basing up the server right now, it's not really looking. Anyways, let's check out her kit for ourselves and see what she can offer for the Equire team. First off, we're looking at a red flag already. The consensus seems to be that she requires double the items necessary for Exalt and even more so for over Exalt. This means she needs to get filled 200 and 400 items respectively, which is a huge ask, especially as battles goes on and it gets even more expensive. She skills up Realm Mastery? Another red flag because non-chaos or non-pure AQR teams doesn't really have a use for Realm Mastery, and there are not really many other available or good Realm Mastery cards or wheels in virtue of needing them plus 12. The anniversary one helps with drawing her skills, but outside of that, I can't really think of a better option for her. As for her passives, just like G Murphy, she has Divine Realm. But I hate having to wait for 3 turns, so just I can use my other stances again. So this is another red flag for me. Also note that this doesn't come with a Lemurian bonus. She has Pursuit and in Arc 2 it's even stronger. And her Exalt removes Fortress before it hits, which is actually really good. It's not specified if it's only for the turn or if it's a permanent Fortress removal. But still, it is a very good effect. We just have to take note of the fact that she still costs 200 LEMOs just so she can use her first Exalt. This exalt also removes burn from hand and scales greatly of tentacle damage, so you'd really like to put her on red stance. This looks like a mass attack with the highest HP, either taking 2 times damage or taking another instance of it. It could be either, but with a warning, it might be the former. She also eats up to 3 tentacles to increase her crit damage by 50% each. This exalt is really loaded, however, I already find another glaring issue with her kit. We already found 3 and we're not even on the skills yet. I mentioned earlier that you want to always be in red stance for it to hit better because it scales greatly of tentacle damage. This means that when she finishes her exalt, she will eat up to 4 tentacles, 3 on exalt and 1 on decay. This is really problematic because tentacle strength, which she scales at, needs those tentacle counts to get those higher strengths, which means for exalt, she has a more glaring rest turn than other DPS because she needs to stack those tentacle again so she gets better tentacle strength. And because she's on Divine Realm, let's say that you manage to battery her again so she can exalt the next turn, she will not have access to Red Stance because it is on cooldown. She has a 3 cost that gives her 75 Alyamas. Usually this is pretty big but yeah, as I mentioned, she has 200 base Alyamas cost, so this is just fine. The aftershock effect is ignored. It is pretty negligible. It's nothing. The crit rate on Exalt is nice, however, with Realm Mastery as her main stat, not needing to rely on crit stats on her covenants is a huge blessing, especially when she eats tentacle for crit damage, which would mean it is very horrible if she misses it. Her 2 cost gives her a stack that causes pursuit when an ally is Exalt. She can use this 3 times before it is discarded and can only trigger its horizon on the first play. The pursuit deals a fixed 5,400 damage to the highest HP enemy and gives some tentacle strength. So finally, she has a way to fuel her requirements and her scaling. Though, why it is not a passive? Mushet doesn't need to gain a stack to get her pursuit, and Vortice can only trigger this 3 times per turn usually. And it's 2 cost. That's expensive as hell. I don't like this card. This could have been another battery or tentacle generator, but now she has no attack skills outside of Strike, Pursuit, and Exalt, which means low HP enemies are very junky with her because she has no way of reliably killing them without overkill, an issue that even Dorsane struggles with. With nothing on her strikes and death, we can move on to her Rouse. Her Rouse draws her 2 cost, so preferably, if it was in your hand, you would have to use it all before you Rouse. Whenever she pursues, she gets more scaling of her exaltation. This is just an okay effect. You'd really want this just for the Eliamos, but this could have created another tentacle. Even Celeste has a 1 cost rouse and it generates 1. As for the dupes, at E1, her pursuit now has max HP extra damage, cashing in on those realm mastery stats by it getting increased even more so, and some realm mastery after exalt. Do note that this part exactly does not add to the scaling. Still, you need this dupe if you want to use her in hard content. At E2, her strikes and deaths increases the exalt crit rate by 10%, making her stat investment easier because you don't need to go for the crit rates. This also discount the two cost by one arithmetica. This is okay. She needs all the llama she can get, so playing her strikes in depth is usually centered too. Just note that this discounts the next two cost played, not the entire two cost card. And at E3, the highest HP enemy now takes 3 times more damage with Exalt, and for every 20 Alyamus she spent, she gives allies 1 Alyamus. So at minimum, she always gives 5 Alyamus to the team. Her Over Exalt is simply double crit gain per tentacle consumed, and Pursuit triggers 2 times for the next 5 pursuits. You can stack the tentacle damage better now, but still, this costs 400 Alyamus. It's very expensive. Her wheel is Realm Mastery. Just like Tulu wheel, it gives Alyamus at the start of round. This wheel gives 20 Alyamus to everyone else, 50 to her per battle start, and more exalt damage based on base Alyamus stats. Realm Mastery on red stance is... eh, it's an effect alright, but otherwise it's okay. Tulu wheel is very good, so this one is tempting to pull. Free 20 Alyamus is free 20 Alyamus. It helps on your supports to exalt and help faster. Overall, she's an Exalt burst powerhouse. If my math is too correct, she can easily deal 100k without Exalt with little conditionals. That said, she has many glaring issues as an Exalt DPS tend to have. Her being in the Divine Realm means she has less protection from white stance. Barrier will be an issue if you slot her with a team who can clear it for her. She will need all the Alyamus battery to herself, and her lack of unconditional damage means her team needs to take out low HP enemies, and that HP bar enemies will take forever for her to clear. The last time we get a delayed exalt DPS, he was very subpar. So Vortice is looking like the next potential unit for Morimens. 0 tentacles kept, 0 survivability, and 7 battery supports required. As for supports though, her best lots personally would be Pigman, Exalt Extravaganza. You can also scout her skills so it can feel smoother to play her, and this will help with the Alyamus and crits that she really wants. Over Exalted Corpo. Pretty much the enabler for her highest exalt potential. 3 permanent tentacles to eat, vulnerable, and she usually first herself decently that she doesn't need to take the battery for Fortiche. Miriam. Her rouse is amazing value for Fortiche as she needs to cool down. It gives Miriam the time she needs to play all of her rouse which benefits Fortiche greatly. Not to mention, now, she can actually give someone the full value of her Alyamas generation at 3 sacraments. Her pause and Azor will is still not released at the moment, but I doubt that it will make or break her release. That said, what do you think of her? Is she the new meta? Is she the prophecy that many future fights will have Fortress? Have you already cooked a team with her? Be sure to be wise with your silvers, however, and stay ruffling.